Welcome to another episode of the SwarmCast, brought to you by Swarm Pest Control Marketing. If you're looking to take your pest control business to new heights, you're in the right place. In each episode, we've got a hive full of expert insights, strategies, and success stories tailored exclusively for pest control entrepreneurs.
And welcome everybody to the very first episode 1 of the SwarmCast. We want to introduce ourselves. We're Swarm Pest Control Marketing, and we're a brand new opportunity for pest control companies across the United States to help improve their brand awareness and ultimately more leads, more calls, more business, more money. So first and foremost, I want to introduce the Director of Business Development, Tyson Torres. Second, our founder, White Chambers.
that was delayed.
And last but not least, our engineer, our social media guru, Lily Maddox. So you won't hear a lot. There's extra applause for you. So she gave herself an extra applause. Yeah. And my name's Sean Campbell, CMO of our school. Oh, I get one too.
It's amazing how they're always exactly the same.
Exactly. They're consistent, just as we are. So we introduce ourselves, introduce our services. So Tyson, can you speak a little bit? I mean, you're an expert at Google and SEO. Can you speak a little bit about what we're going to do for our Swarm clientele?
Well, I think the idea is to get the word out, right? So nobody's going to, buy services if they don't even know that you exist. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things that we try to do is to introduce you to Google, make you more attractive to Google so that Google will make you more attractive to people who are searching for pest control. Mm-hmm. And that kind of stuff doesn't matter which market it is. It just, what matters is that, you present an excellent user experience, that you give people what they want. Mm-hmm. That, after all, is why Google became a verb, because they were better than Yahoo and Lycos and Hotbot and Dogpile and all the other search engines that used to exist. Oh. Google's not only still around, they're a verb, and that's because they're really better at delivering to people what they want. So what we do is we just try to help our clients to give people what they want. Mm-hmm. Google will sit up and take notice, and then they'll feature our clients as a result.
One thing that you always talk to when I hear you speak to a potential new client, you always, and you got to correct me because I'm going to get it wrong, is you always say, you are an expert at what you do. Let us be an expert for you.
Yeah, the idea is we have to forge a partnership, mm-hmm. because the reason our clients come to us is because they recognize correctly that mm-hmm. we are experts at digital marketing. So we know more about digital marketing than you do. Mm-hmm. But you know your business better than we do. Mm-hmm. So there are going to be things that you'll learn from us, but there'll also be things that we'll learn from our clients. And that's why that dialogue, mm-hmm. staying open, is so important.
Yeah. Wyatt, what inspired Swarm? Why pest control?
Well, that's a good question. I think we've been in the digital marketing business for 15 years. So a couple years ago, some friends came to me, partners, now business partners, and said, mm-hmm. hey, we're going to start a pest control company. And you might say they made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Mm-hmm. And my part, the digital marketing. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, I'm going to bring my slice of piece to this pest control company, and we're going to get started. Mm-hmm. So we cut this big check and said, all right, let's get started. And guess what happened? COVID hit. That changed everything for a lot of different pieces of pest control marketing. Mm-hmm. So I'll say, even though it's our best case study, something that I'll just say in this niche, that we know it because we live it. Mm-hmm. We're actually continuing to grow, and it's our best case study. So I think for ones that are looking for, hey, who do I partner with in this industry? We know that there's a lot of big players there. Mm-hmm. But I went with one of those big players, even though we were a player ourselves. It didn't go well. So, we tried different things, and I'm like, man, this doesn't work. And because, in our skill set, in our digital marketing agency, we picked some tool sets that we knew worked for what I would call a general, like just about everybody. And so I'm like, well, is there anything unique in the digital space for pest control? And we tried several things. And I'm not going to bash any of those things that we tried and spent money on, but we have come up with what works. And that's was the brainchild behind this, saying, you know what, we're going to do this over and over again in the pest control industry. We're going to bring our secrets, our tips and tricks, ninja hacks, whatever you want to call them, and we're going to bring it to the pest control industry.
Yeah. And one thing I'm super excited about, and Lily has been a tremendous asset to the social media department, is that we've already produced that content, that organic content that we know that's going to work for our clients. But more importantly, for our pest control clients, we know what's going to work as far as their Facebook ads. We've already tested it all out. So from day one, we know what's going to be most effective for our clients. We don't have to go through the beta testing the first few days and say, okay, we've tested 84 ads out. These are the ones that work. We know it works, right? So we look, not only to increase the local brand awareness for our pest control companies, but also, at the end of the day, they want that ROI. So it's super exciting. You probably know more about bugs now than ever, don't you, Lily?
Yes.
What's your favorite bug?
Oh, no.
So Tyson, tell us more.
The dead ones.
The dead
Yes,
ones.
yes.
Yeah, the dead ones. Tyson, tell us more about how you're going to assist. You're 9 out of 10 times, you're going to be the first verbal contact with a lot of our incoming pest control clients. What are you most looking forward to?
Well, in business development, a lot of what I do is teaching rather than selling.
Right.
The idea is to help clients and potential clients on their way in the right direction, whether that's toward us or not, right? But I think the biggest thing is helping clients to understand what the process is, what it looks like, what it should look like, what the differences are between, and forgive me for being blunt, working with someone who lives in their mom's basement and comes up for, Doritos every couple of days, or someone that's a real agency with real experience, has a staff, has a location, knows what they're doing. Talking about like the trifecta, right? The combination of Google management and search engine optimization, or SEO, social media management, how those things work together, what's actually involved. These are, acronyms and, labels that get thrown around an awful lot without much actual, real, heady explanation of what that means and how it relates to my business. It's almost like this magical box opens and you hope that gold comes out, right? Right? That, we're turning your website into a money machine. Oh, that's great. But it's nice to be educated and understanding how that works so that when we have the aforementioned dialogue where we're learning from each other, we can help each other to make that process even better over time.
Awesome. Why? What kind of firepower do we have behind Swarm? I think we got a little bit, just besides us in the room.
Yes.
I think you got a few gadgets in your back pocket.
Absolutely. Like one of the things that we're going to offer that isn't out there, you're not going to find it, is a mastermind group. Okay, that's not a new concept. Masterminds have been around. We have 2 guys running over $100 million a year pest control companies in our back pocket. Also partners with me on the pest control company we started. How cool is that?
It's a little firepower right there. It's a little bit.
We're going to be having those guys on our masterminds every month, and we're going to let our users ask the questions. Yeah. Just to be in that mastermind group alone for our consumers, we're going to be answering a lot of questions, giving away a lot of free information. Keep in mind that there are going to be pest control companies. There's over 27,000 in the United States. Some of them aren't going to be able to afford our services, but I still want to give them something. We're going to give them tips and tricks because going into business, being an entrepreneur, that is not easy. So we're going to be providing a lot of those kind of things because there's different stages of pest control, right? You start a company off, you're not going to be able to afford what the guy with 5 trucks is going to have. Or that breaks that $1 million barrier or wants to grow to the $5-10 million barrier.
Right.
So having guys with decades of experience that have done it and have run pest control companies, even outside the marketing stuff, we're going to have content that I wanted to make sure that no one else has.
Yeah. One thing I hope from that mastermind is the level of transparency between our members. You and I were just at a conference for digital agencies a few weeks ago. And, that's one thing I hope that we achieve with this mastermind is that everybody's kind of open to kind of sharing their ideas of what's helped and whatnot. And that is invaluable, for the amount of value that we're providing with our package, as you mentioned, Tyson. They're getting, so many steps more, so many levels more up than just that. They're getting how to run their business, how to find the right people to hire, how to promote people, SOPs, et cetera. So it's a lot more. Swarm is offering a lot more than just, opportunities to increase your customer base. It's offering opportunities to grow your business the right way from the inside out, I think.
And if I could just add, to what Wyatt was saying, when folks come to me, and I said sometimes, we're not a good fit, that we're going to teach them, educate them, and they'll realize, okay, well, I'm going to keep working and see if we can do business in the future. Well, guess what? Sometimes that happens where people will remember the number because they value the information that they received so much that they'll come back when they do qualify or when they are a good fit.
Yeah.
And they've referred us as well. So that always, makes us feel good when we give away the free information and we listen carefully and show that we care, that it actually comes around again.
Yeah. We mentioned that we have 15 years experience in digital marketing. Combined, I don't know, between us 3 alone, it's way more than that. Do we want to talk a little bit about the legacy agency
Sure,
and
absolutely.
our strengths there and how we're condensing those strengths into just the niche of the pest control industry?
Absolutely. Yeah. We, when we came into this thing, we started off as web designers. Mm-hmm. We liked and loved design. Yeah. That's what we liked. And over the course of those 15 years, we took the magic of Google pay-per-click advertising. And when we can take $100 and then turn it into hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that's the magic that caught my attention right in the beginning. Right. One of my first clients was a remodeler, and I remember taking $100 and turning it into a $200,000 remodel. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, I should be doing this for a living. Yeah. Because there's purpose in that, right? I can take money that's coming in and now turn that into something that is tangible. Mm-hmm. Like Tyson also, we'll call it the money machine.
Right.
I want to have, here's one story we just had, 2 weeks ago. Now, it wasn't in pest control, but it was in a home services arena. What happened with that, Tyson?
So we had someone who kind of came to us desperate for more business. This is somebody that kind of built his business from the ground up, had an admittedly kind of a rough childhood, and had come in and just really tried to start his business, but was having some trouble because of post-pandemic and other factors, and said, hey, get me onto Google, make my phone ring. Well, we did. Mm-hmm. We did, to the tune of multiple 5-figure contracts for that client in a very short amount of time after that, to the point where he was literally in tears with us on the phone, just so grateful for the work that we did. And it's cliche to say, but that warms the heart, right? Because it's not just about money. It's about success and making somebody else's life better, and you're connecting this guy who owns the business with people who were grateful for his hard work, that, that they now have the service that he provided, then he did a good job. So it helps everyone all around, and that feels good.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up one, Sean, because this is one I think that you and Lily were involved with, was animal experts.
Yeah.
Tell us about animal experts.
Well, half of the work, I give us a lot of credit for, the work we did with our Facebook ads, but, the other half is these two people are just generally just phenomenal on video. So we had those assets to utilize. They had a audience there, but they did not have that vehicle to driving people to their website to sign up for their trainings, which was to keep your dogs away from the poisonous toads out here in southern Arizona and rattlesnakes in particular, right? Rattlesnakes avoidance training in particular. So once we turned it on and tapped into that audience, they exploded. One of them came in a few weeks after we started those ads and was like, Sean, you're making my phone ring too much. Can you turn it down?
We love that. We love that.
And I was like, no, this is what you wanted. No. Yeah. So, I mean, I when we hear those stories or when our clients come in, or yesterday, a client came in and just gives us a big hug, and, that means so much more than everything else that we do, because we know that we're much more than just an agency. We're these people's partners, and it's tremendous. No matter how bad or how busy the day might be, something like that inevitably comes up during the day where we get a call or someone dropping in, and it just makes our day. So,
these guys are on National Geographic. They're all
Yeah.
over the place.
yeah,
It was just neat that here we come along their legacy business and make a difference with Facebook ads. Now, this is nothing, I would say, no landslide. I mean, this is just what we do.
right.
It's just what we do,
Yeah.
and we've gotten really good at it. Now,
Yeah.
does that mean we don't have bad days? No, we have bad days, and there are some things we can't fix. And I think to answer your question about why do you pick a niche, well, one, getting involved in the pest control business. Now we get it.
Yep.
We don't have to ramp and learn.
Right.
And we have come up against a lot of those hardships, even being in this space.
Right.
You think if anybody could tear it up, it would be a digital marketing agency.
Yeah.
So we're working on a book right now. Can't wait when we push that out there. And my goal is not to reproduce another pest control marketing book. That's not my goal. My goal is, okay, what's changing the face right now,
Right.
which is artificial intelligence.
Yep.
Now, you still got to have human-to-human interaction. But those tools cut down on a lot of the workload. Like, I know one campaign we launched with 54 ads within an hour, and you see those things rise to the top, and we're looking at millions of impressions in a 1 month window. Now, our team did that, not in pest control, in a different space, which resulted in 300 enrollments in 1 month.
Wow.
Each enrollment was between $5,000 and $7,000.
And we're talking about a school, just to clarify.
Yeah, school.
Yeah.
$5,000 to $7,000 a student. I mean, that's a lot of money that we pulled off. I mean, that's how much we're impacting different things. So when we talk about why we got involved in this niche, do we love bugs? Probably. Well, some people do love bugs.
I hate bugs. I spent 4 years in the Philippines as a kid. Yeah, I hate bugs.
Well, I would say that the bug business is so tightly encircling health. We get that. And that, for folks to get in there and take care of the health of people's homes, making sure that your property doesn't get destroyed. The termite stuff in Arizona, especially in Tucson, is 16 times worse than anywhere else in the country.
Yeah.
They fly in or they burrow in, and that's the stuff, I didn't know that growing up, but I have seen homes destroyed, people's livelihoods destroyed because they didn't take care of the bugs.
Right.
So that's impactful when we can reach ones and offer things, but now supporting the pest control industry, that's huge.
Yes. Okay, so to wrap this first episode up, and we do appreciate everybody who's listened thus far, each one of us is going to take about 30 to 60 seconds and give, including you, Lily, you're going to be third, I'm going to be last, of an idea or something that we know in our space that maybe it's a common, misstep that we can give some advice to somebody who can correct immediately with their digital marketing. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
I know you probably have 20 or 30 of them going through your head, but what's one of the biggest things that you see that a pest control company can go in and change today?
I think the thing that I look at first when I meet is the Google business profile to make sure that the ducks are in a row there. And if the business owner hasn't taken ownership of that and just let Google kind of list you like they would like in the white pages, whether you pay for it or not, yeah, those days are over.
Yeah.
No more paper, right?
Yeah.
You need to take control of your Google business profile and take control of the way that you're presented to the world, because Google is the world's preeminent search engine. So taking control, making sure it's accurate, that's step number one.
That's a big golden nugget. We got our work cut out for the rest of us. Can Wyatt top that one?
Man, that's gonna be a hard topper. You know, the biggest.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm gonna tell you from experience. That the road to 100 reviews, as fast as you can get there. If you don't have 100 reviews,
This is going to be tough, Lily.
if you're not above a 4.0, that's a moment to just take a moment and go, you know, why is my service not above a 4.0? We just did a press release. We had 500 reviews, 5-star reviews, undone.
For one of our pest control clients.
One of our pest control clients. Okay. That was a change in the culture of the organization. Communicating around the team going, we're a 5-star culture. I will tell you, if you do just that for your reputation on as many social platforms, but primarily Google, you're going to have something that's just going to ring the cash register every day.
Yep. Lily, I know you've been with us a short time, but you are on the hot seat. What's one thing that you could tell a pest control company right now? It's like, fix this.
So I'm definitely still learning, still have a lot to learn. And I've learned the most in the social media category, working with Sean. And I think just being authentic on your social media platforms,
nice.
videos a lot, or do very well, help people get to know who you are. So I think just be authentic on your platforms.
Just today, we're on a video shoot, and we were super authentic. I can't wait to see what we came up with. That's why I wasn't afraid of putting her in the hot seat. I knew she would just knock it out of the park.
Good job, Lily.
Yeah.
Good
So
job.
my little tip is to be omnipresent across social media channels. I mean, it takes about 20 impressions, meaning it takes 20 times before somebody's going to, like you mentioned in the beginning, Tyson, people can't buy from you or call you if they never heard you, right? So be omnipresent, be across, you know, what we're going to recommend is Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. And like Lee said, be authentic. And very lastly, I know I'm giving two of them here, but when we run ads, you got to think of kind of reverse engineer it. Where's that destination? Where are they going? And if your landing page or your contact page or that, you know, that form looks horrible and there's no call to action and it, you know, there's a 404 error or whatever, then you're wasting money by running ads. Work with the ends in mind first, fix that, then drive people towards that with your social media ads. So that's a lot of value. I think we know, kind of done this a few times. We've done this a few times. So last words, anybody, before we wrap up?
I'm going to say, you know, we're going to bring something every 2 weeks. We're going to start this off by,
Yeah.
we'll start
Yeah.
that out. You know, my goal is to increase the content and something that's in it for every listener, whether they can work with us at Swarm or not. I want to have something that they can take with them. Looking forward to providing that content.
Yeah.
And I think just the idea of giving something away that's valuable, that if there's just one thing like you just did at the end, you know, that you can take away. I mean, everything's good, but having that one thing, oh yeah, I'm going to remember that.
Yeah.
That really, really helps.
Yeah, we gave some good information there, which I love doing. I love just being transparent, just helping people out. So thank you, everybody, for listening to our very first episode of the SwarmCast. Thank you. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments wherever you watch this. There's going to be a number to contact us as well. And, you know, we want to answer any of your questions. We will be rolling out a webinar very soon as well. We'll have that information for you very, very shortly. So thank you, everybody, and take care. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in, and remember, whether you're dealing with termites, ants, or the challenges of entrepreneurship, Swarm Pest Control Marketing has your back. And if you're hungry for more pest control marketing goodness, head over to swarmpestcontrolmarketing.com for additional resources, guides, and insights tailored to your business's growth.